Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Drake coming back at you with another video. Today, we have a beautiful, beautiful scenery from Washington. So, I wanted to film this video for so fucking long. I've been prolonging it. I have so many good ass story times that I feel like I've just been saving, you know. It's one of those good ones. I know some of my videos, like, I like to be like serious sometimes, you know, like give people life lessons and, you know, things are on my mind and stuff. But sometimes, you gotta go back to the fun. You gotta go fun stuff. You gotta have like those moments where you can like look back and like, just that was the best time. And like that's just one of these times where it's not like per se a real lesson to be learned, but just a good experience to be had that was had. So to start off, it's gonna be a kind of thick one. I used to call this like, I can't say anything's the best ever, but like this was like top 5, top 3 like best days I've ever had on this thing. I was like a plus 1 of 1. Like, hey, can my friend come with? Because basically it was like my friend's girlfriend, my friend and his girlfriend were invited with her like the girl's roommate and her boyfriend. So it was kind of like not like a couples trip, because he was bringing his own friends too, like his own like another 2 friends. But it was basically supposed to, it's not that big of a cabin or like a house on like, but it's on the lake or whatever, but like it's not that big. So, and he doesn't, of course he doesn't know me, he doesn't know my friend, he doesn't even know my friend's girlfriend really. It's just like her roommate. So it's kind of like a mutual friends. So we're just like kind of all get like, I get looped in somehow, like, hey Troy, you want to go to this thing? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And I have no idea what I'm getting into, because the only people I know is my friend and his girlfriend. That's all I know. Everybody else is just like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, I don't know anything. And the intention for this trip was we're gonna go drive down there. It was about like a 6-hour drive. Fucking absolutely. It wasn't a bad drive, but it was 6 hours to get there, and the whole goal was to get there. We're all gonna trip. And it's funny because you're like, Troy, don't you advocate for tripping with people you know in a comfortable environment that you can control? Oh yes. This is before then, but like, yeah, like I obviously advocate all the time for like tripping with people you know in a stable environment, somewhere you're comfortable in, safe home, whatever. This one, those just went out the window. Not like I didn't feel safe with people, but I just didn't know these people. So anyway, we get to the opportunity, like let's say we'll get what we need to do, boom, like I said, we're all planning to trip with strangers, you know, really good idea. So the cool thing is we're driving down there, skip to the trip, we're driving down, you know, we're all having a good time, we're like driving down there. It was just, in the car, it was me, my friend, his girlfriend, the girlfriend's roommate, and the boyfriend. So that's just who we're going, and then we're meeting his 2 friends there. We're meeting them. They're coming from somewhere else. Like, they're coming from a different part of Missouri, and we're like, think about, they're on this side of Missouri, we're on this side, and we're meeting like down here, if that makes sense. So like, it doesn't, obviously we can't meet up beforehand, so we're meeting here, and they're starting here, we're starting here. That makes sense. It's like, okay, we'll meet there when we meet there, whatever, right? Left around similar times, but we're not equidistant apart, whatever. So we're just like, you know, like, it's a 6-hour road trip, so we're like, okay, let's go up at the gas station, like use the bathroom, get some food, whatever. As we're like getting food, like we like all of a sudden like get out the car and go into the gas station, and then they go like, yo, what's good? And I'm like, like, what's going on? Like, how do they know these people? It was the people we're supposed to meet here. We somehow met at a gas station in the middle of nowhere, no communication. We met the group that we were supposed to meet down here, and like I didn't even meet them yet, like I didn't know them yet, but I was just like, in my head I was like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, we were both coming from, like I said, different sides, but we met somehow like somewhere in the middle before reaching the destination down here. So he's like, yo, what's good, bro? What the fuck? And I'm just like, huh? Like, I was so thrown off by it. So anyway, we go, so then now we're together now. So like, we just followed their car, we just pulled up together. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you couldn't even plan that shit. So anyway, a lot of things, like the stars aligned for this trip. It's fucking just magical. So like I said, we didn't know each other. We're there for the weekend. So we got there on Friday. The goal was to trip on Saturday. So we get there on Friday during the, it was like the sun was setting a little bit, but like we got there and there was still a decent part of the day left. Like, but the sun was kind of starting to set, whatever. So we didn't really know each other. So of course we like started doing icebreaker stuff. So we're just like talking, smoking, just talking, hanging out, whatever, right? So we're just like talking, smoking, hanging out, having a good time. These people are fucking cool as fuck. Like, to this day, like, these people are like some of the coolest people I've ever met. So cool. And like, they're just like really cool. Like both musicians, like both play independently, just on their own stuff. One's like a pianist, plays guitar. Other one just plays guitar. And then we're just like that comes back into it, but like that comes into the story later. But like man, they're just cool ass people. Like to this day, like I love those people. They're so cool. We're just chilling. We're just hitting it off, smoking. We're just talking. We're like they're just cool ass people. So like where I'm like okay, I'm comfortable. I don't know these people, whatever. So then we go to bed. And then Saturday, the day, and I only paint to this day. Like I have pictures and videos, and you can see what the Lake of Ozarks looks like. We don't know what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful, just like this. But the Lake of Ozarks is like huge. This is a fucking random ass lake. I wanted to take dedication, so I came to a real lake just so to get the energy. But to paint the picture of this day, it was like 75, sunny, light breeze, the most perfect day you can imagine. Like light breeze, it's like 75 degrees. You can wear a t-shirt and shorts, but like you're not hot or cold. That's the kind of day it was. You woke up and it just had something in the air. And then like for us, since our plan was to take LSD, if you know anything about LSD, the trip's about 8 to 12 hours. It takes quite a long time, you know, so you want to start those things early. So this is how it starts. So there's everybody but one person. This guy is taking one person didn't trip. One girl didn't trip, and then like my friend's girlfriend didn't trip. She was just kind of a trip sitter, kind of just hanging her out, whatever. And then she was just hanging out, whatever. And then one dude, one of the musicians guys, the more wackier one, he was taking shrooms instead of acid. So everyone else is on acid. Dudes taking shrooms, whatever. That comes into play later. So we're just like, you know, it's in the morning. We're all getting ready. We're talking, having a good time. We make breakfast, and then we're like, we're like, you know, just getting started with the day. And I remember, it's a funny, like they forgot to turn, like the guy that has the lake house, whatever. He forgot to turn on I guess he didn't tell his parents that he was coming or something, and they didn't turn on the heat. So I get in the shower. I'm the first person to get in the shower, and this bitch ice cold. I'm just over here just taking a quick ass ice cold shower to start it off with. And if you don't know this, I said in my other videos, but like that's one of the best things I can ever say to do for a trip. Like if you're starting off a trip, take a fucking shower, bro, and just stare at the fucking wall, feel the water, and just like think about the good day, like how good your day is gonna be, or like what do you expect out of the trip, whatever. That's like one of the best pre-game rituals ever, is just shower before your trip. It's like amazing. Anyway, so and you get time to process everything that's about to go on, all the fucking funky shit. So you're just in the shower like, today's gonna be a funky day, like, it's gonna be a weird ass day, but you accept it and you roll with it. So anyway, so weird day. So like out of the shower, whatever, it's cold. Then we get out and it's time for ingestion, the fun part. Everyone gets to take it together and have this little like cheers moment, whatever. So we all take it. Fast forward, it takes about an hour to kick in. Fast forward about an hour. The girl, this girl is, we'll give her a name. Everybody else the characters don't really need that much of a name because I'm not talking about them too much. So the characters in the story, the names don't really matter. But this girl, she's special. So we'll call her. We'll call her Jessica. Her name's Jessica now. So we'll call her Jessica. Jessica, she's a little bit of a wild card. All right, just off the rip, I didn't really know her that well. Jessica's pretty much a wild card. I have plenty of stories of this girl. She's something. We'll just say she's something else, and you'll understand her personality more as I explain this. So she's one of the people that like. Let's see where we go. So we all take it. About like an hour passes. Jessica's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it yet. Like, man, this shit, like, maybe I need more. Like, I'm not really feeling anything yet. And we're all kind of, like, not really feeling that yet. It's, like, only an hour in. It's like we're right about to be at the stage of come up. Like, you feel a little bit, but she was kind of like, yeah, like, I don't know. This might not be strong enough. And we had extras. And she was like, oh, well, like, I'm probably just going to take another one. And then I'm semi-responsible. So I'm like, hey, like, it's not, like, my body or whatever. I'm not, like, tell people what to do and what not to do. But I was like, hey, like, we did kind of like just start, like, saying it's still only an hour in, like it's still, we just started, like maybe give it a little bit more time, like maybe give it like an extra 30 minutes before you do that or whatever. I made her said something, but she kind of did whatever she did, whatever. And so she took a second one, and on paper you can't even write this shit. Oh, Jessica, I guarantee, I promise you, like, we're already like an hour and 10 minutes in. Jessica takes the second tab. And I will tell you, this happens all the fucking time. You've heard this story before. Guess what? She puts a tab in her mouth. She's like, and then she's just sitting there and she was like, oh shit, I think the first tab's kicking in now. Like, so we just have like the most perfect day, the vibes going on, and this lake house had everything. You would go to someone's house and they have like a bike in the garage or something, but you're like, oh yeah, that bike's been in there for 20 years, it doesn't work. Oh, that over there, oh, that doesn't work. Oh, the pool doesn't work, whatever. Every single thing this dude had in the garage was fully operational and gassed up. So what do you think happened? So a bunch of kids on drugs had access to motor vehicles. Like, not cars, like, pause. This dude had a motorcycle. It wasn't a motorcycle, it was a dirt bike. Dude had a dirt bike. And I didn't get on a fucking dirt bike. Hell fucking no. I ain't get on no damn dirt bike, especially tripping balls. Hell no. So he had a dirt bike and a golf cart. Bruh, when I tell you, some of the most lit times, we're just, I have a video. I want to insert the video. But I have a video of like on a golf cart, bro. So we're just like having like a lake day tripping. So we're driving. So we get in this golf cart. He shows us around the property or whatever. And we're driving around. It's like a community of lake houses. So think about like, it wasn't a huge house or anything by any means. But just think about like a normal, like, you know, maybe it's like one story family home, single family home, whatever, right? Just like one story. It has a basement, whatever. But there's just like several homes like in this whole community, but like all within like 5-minute drive of the lake. So we're just getting the back of the golf cart. I was like telling you, 75 is breeze. The sun's hitting the wind's flowing through. It's like, and it's like perfect sunny day. And could you imagine you're just tripping, having a good ass time, and then like just the crazy shit. Like the vibes are just immaculate. Like I said, it's 75 degrees, sunny, beautiful, not hot nor cold, just perfect breeze. I'm just like on the back of the golf cart, just smiling, cheesing, having like the time of my life. Like, and then like later on, like got to whip it and shit. And it's obviously it's not recommended at all to drive motor vehicles while on drugs, but in this time, fucking we ball. So not only we were like driving around the property, we go to the water. We didn't have a boat. Oh, that's what we can use at least. But we were like on like kayaks. We're just kayaking around, like driving golf carts, dudes on a fucking dirt bike. Like, the shit was fucking ridiculous. Like, we're just going crazy. So then, sometimes the vibes are high. We're just like on the golf cart. We're on the canoe, on the kayak. We're like chilling by the water. Like the vibes are high. And even at the one point, so at this point, I'm gonna insert another video here in a second. But like I said, these people are musicians, right? They bring their guitars. So we have this fucking jam session, bro. So we're just sitting there. They're just playing riffs on the guitar, going back and forth, just kind of chilling. No, they're not Jimi Hendrix, but like, you know when you're tripping? Music sounds like fucking, like, it's euphoric, it's orgasmic, whatever the fuck you want to describe it as. Music on drugs is fucking insane. We're sitting there just ripping on the guitar. I'm just like, like, you know, your face, you listen to something really nasty, like almost like the music, whatever, you're feeling it so hard that you're like you get that, like, that grunge, like, that, like, your face is like all scrunched up and shit. Like, that's kind of like, that's just nasty, but like a good nasty, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the vibes, fuck immaculate.
And then call the B minor second fret A7, fourth fret, fifth fret, this one.
To this day, one of, if not the craziest hallucination I've ever felt in my entire life is coming up. So we decided to play Mario Kart. Cool, Mario Kart's cool. Very important. If you don't know Mario Kart, we had 4 players. I mean, you can only play 4 players at a time. So there's 4 players. The TV wasn't that big. So think about it, it's like a normal size TV, like 20 inches or whatever, split into 4 corners. The things aren't that big, right? The size is like the characters, you can't even see that well because it's fucking 4 screen and the TV's not that big. And on top of that, someone thought it was a good idea to put it on 200cc. Even though 200cc is, if you don't like a good avid Mario Kart player, it's the fastest the cars can go. So it's the same game, but everything is sped up astronomically. Like, you do laps in like fucking like 30 seconds. Like, the game goes too fast for its own good. So like, could you just imagine you're just like tripping balls and you're just playing Mario Kart? Cool. but the game's like ×5 speed, bro. And it's like, and you're trying to look at just tiny little corner. So like, just remember all this happening. So we're tripping. Like, I don't know what kind of hour this is in of the trip. Maybe we'll say like 3-4 hours in. So the effects are still pretty high up. Still, like, I wouldn't say we're peaking, but maybe, like, at the point that what I just had, maybe I was peaking at this time when you hear what happened. So we're playing Mario Kart. I can never, like, I'm trying to convey to you the emotions I felt because it's so hard to, it's literally indescribable because, like, the emotion I felt is ridiculous. So we're all playing Mario Kart. 4 screens, super fast, whatever. We're playing, right? Just playing on the game, whatever, all locked into the screen, right? Just remember, everyone's just focused on the TV. And all of a sudden, like, you're tripping. So I get this hallucination that starts where all the screens start displaying the same thing. And on top of that, I don't know, I'm gonna insert the sound if I can. But like, the sound of the dice roll on Mario Kart where you hit the item box, that that, so it just started playing the and it wouldn't stop, and all the 4 screens all synced up together. So I'm just here and the screens sync together. So I'm no longer able to play because all the screens, like, almost, like, I remember we just like and all the screens kind of merged together and they froze. Like, I don't know how to describe this, but like, literally, it's like, imagine that ding noise, 4 screens turn into literally like 1 screen and it freezes. Like, it's no longer moving. So the game is like paused in my eyes. Like, it's literally paused. I'm telling you, this interaction, maybe this whole experience is maybe like a minute long. So I'm like looking at the screen, it's literally frozen. So what I do is turn to my fellow friends and say, hey guys. So I look to my best friend. He doesn't even know what he fucking did to me. Like, he doesn't even understand. I explained to us obviously later. Alright, so like I said, the game freezes. I look to my right because, you know, the game's frozen. So I'm like, how are people so, like, no, is everyone else seeing the game's froze? So I turn my head. Think about everybody sitting like this. Like, everybody's holding their controller locked in on the screen. So I turn my head and no one's moving an inch. Like, no one, like, so I turn my head. Everybody just on the game's frozen, and no one's moving a fucking muscle. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I looked at my friend, like, that's also sitting like this, and I'm like, is this real? Like, why is no one moving? Why is the game frozen? Like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm like, is this real? Like, did someone pause? Like, I was just confused. Like, I thought everything froze. Like, the TV froze, the people looked frozen because no one was moving an inch. Everyone was just sitting like this. The TV was frozen, people were frozen. So I looked at my friend like, is this real? Because I'm asking him. He doesn't know what I'm asking. But I'm asking him, is this real? Because in my head, I was fully convinced that time was frozen. I thought someone pressed pause on life. And then I asked my friend for confirmation. Like, did someone pause? I asked him, like, is this real? Meaning, referring to, did someone pause time? And he goes, yeah, what do you mean? Of course it's real. And it broke my brain. Like, my brain, when I tell you, it's almost like if, like, the language you speak and you're hearing me in is English, right? If someone told you, like, this is not English, this is everything you ever learned is fake, math never existed, your friends never existed, nothing you ever thought of ever exists. That's basically what you told me in my brain. And, like, for a solid 30 seconds, my brain actually just combusted. Because it was like you told me that life wasn't real. Like, you know how to explain it to somebody when you're on drugs, especially, and someone just told you, hey, everything you've ever learned about life or anything doesn't exist. Just throw it out the window. Because you understand just as well as I know that life, you can't freeze, you can't pause. So what the fuck do you mean all of a sudden I'm just 19 years old and you told me, yeah, some dude just paused life and now we're just living in a fucking frozen middle ground. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is this like, you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was just so confused. Like, I just, for 30 seconds, I'm just like, brain just combust. And then all of a sudden, as quick as it happened, whatever, I snap out of it and then the game continues and everybody's just like normal again. I have no clue. Like, everybody, and like the game just continues and then like I just snap out of it basically. One of the craziest hallucinations I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I try to explain to people and they're like, oh, that's crazy, but they don't understand like how I felt during the time. Like, just imagine everything you ever thought was real was no longer real. Someone just told you and it just got fully confirmed in front of you that it's a fucking simulation. This shit's all bullshit in your very eyes in real time. But anyway, that was one of the craziest things that happened. And then Like, it was just like, other than that, I'm trying to think if anything else like really crazy happened. We just kind of, it was so cool. Like, the end of the night off, we had like the guitar riffs, played Mario Kart, tripped fucking balls. Then we had like a campfire and sat in the campfire, smoked weed on the come down, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Yeah, we did small things like, we just like say smoked at the campfire, sat down, watched the sunset, and the vibes were just immaculate. And the craziest part about this was, these people that I met, I never saw them ever again. After this lake experience, we had, like I said, the best day, one of the best days I've ever had in my entire life. Shook their hand, shook up with them. See y'all. You guys have a good one. And then I've never talked to them ever since. I think it's one of the most beautiful things ever. Like, I had a life-changing, almost like life-changing as in like just blissful moment that I'll always have so fucking vividly in my fucking head, and I'll never see those people ever again. Like, it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. It was just like the universe brought us together for that one experience, just to like break us off and just go about our lives. Like, so I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I think the video is thick enough, long enough. I've conveyed my point across. I love you guys. Always. If you made this far, you're the GOAT. But yeah, GOATed story time. Vibes immaculate. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. My camera's actually not overheated. Storage looking good. I look good. Alright, I'm done. Yeah, love you guys. Peace.